So how did the left manage to dominate the public discourse so efficiently for so long, to have the kind of influence that you just described?
I think that is the popularity of egalitarianism. For most people, it is difficult to admit that people are even though it is obvious, that people are very different, that there are some people are very good at doing certain things and other people are not so good, that there are successful men and women and losers, that there are some groups in the world that have accomplished more and other groups have accomplished less. Nobody likes to hear that you are not as good at such and such as this guy is. Why are the white heterosexual males attacked so much? Yeah, because if you look at in what places in world history were the greatest civilizational achievements achieved, and that is white heterosexual male societies are the ones that are the most successful by far. Compare that with Africa, compare that with the Middle East. So they cannot tolerate the fact that they have to admit that these people must have done something right and we must have done something wrong. Why are they so much more successful and why are we not as successful?
So aren't you tapping into the same kind of emotions that the leftists do when you talk about, how white heterosexual male, are being oppressed by the modern society? Aren't you talking to the losers of the current political situation and tapping into this sense of being a loser to help people organize maybe? But you're tapping into the same kind of emotion.
I appeal to the emotions of people that I think are essential in order to improve life and the living conditions of everyone. They are, after all, the promoters of civilizational progress. They should be hailed, and they should just be self-confident enough to say, look, what we have done is quite exceptional. We have done many wrong things maybe, but nonetheless, look where you would be without us. We are the ones that you should emulate. You should admire what we do instead of attacking us. And if you admire us and recognize what role we played, you all will benefit in the long run from this, instead of attacking those people who are the guarantors of continuing prosperity for those people who think that they got the short stick in life.
But you're talking from the position of the moral superiority in that case.
I'm simply pointing out a fact. To whom do you owe your standard of living? To whom do you owe your great freedoms that you have? You should not cut down those people who played the most important role in assuring and guaranteeing what you currently have and are the best guarantors for your future progress. If you ask yourself the question, who created libertarian and liberal ideas? Who were the main writers that we look upon who realized how important private property is and the protection of private property is, especially also for the poorest people? Then you come to the realization those were very few people, mostly male, mostly in Western countries, and hardly anybody was a major liberal thinker, a major libertarian thinker, contributing anything to this movement, to this worldview, coming from other areas of the world. Not that they didn't have any, but almost none. So there should be an appreciation of those traditions that made the West great. I mean, Mises was right when he said the idea of freedom is a Western idea that has never existed to the same extent in any other part of the world except in Western societies. Western societies are not responsible for the plight of India and Africa and so forth. Quite to the contrary, if these countries have ever any chance to get out of their disastrous situation in which they are, then the only way to do it is to adopt Western ideas.